his hand.
Welcome to the Pearl Coast.
Keep your eyes open, you might see a whale.
Or a shark.
Okay, we're going down.
What the hell was that? We're sinking fast.
We're floating around in this piece of plastic junk. And if the shark is still out there, I'd rate our chances at all surviving at less than 5%. So do you think it's gone? It's still out there. That's close.
We can't give up. We can still survive.
If we do nothing, we die.
Hold on a breath now. Don't make a move, you make it crack down. There's blood in the deep. There's blood in the deep. There's blood in the deep.
Damn it! They're hunting in packs!
Where is it?
It's gotta be out there somewhere.
Aaron, first off, I love shark films. And one of the things I love about shark films is the kills. And what I loved about GreatWhite is it focuses on the story and the people and the audience's, the viewers' investment in the characters. And we want them to survive and be safe. Was that a big element why this story appealed to you?
Without a doubt. When we were sort of in the stages of signing on, I had a meeting with the director, Martin Wilson, and his passion for creating character-driven stories was something that really excited me. As an actor, playing the death or whatever, like that's all fun stuff, really fun stuff. But the craft of acting is really in that intricacy that you find in each character and their relationships with one another and the environment that they're in. So definitely, yeah, absolutely.
And also, can you just talk about how intricate these characters were? Because there's no obvious good guy or bad guy. Even the quote unquote antagonist, he has his own layers, and people can understand where he's coming from, I guess, on a logical state as well. Is that another element that you really love too?
Yeah, I mean, he's right. Most of the time, his fear of where we are. You can't blame him for having those very rational, real fears. I think Charlie has them too, but I think he's just in a position where he has to shield them a little differently. He takes on a bit more of a protector role, and he leans into that, and I think that demands that of him. I do think that's something that was really exciting for me. For me, the light and dark, or the pain and the joy, whatever, in every character that I've played, that inner conflict is without a doubt the funnest thing for me to play with in relationships, and also personally in these characters and who they are. It's just a lot of fun because that's the core of humanity, right? Yeah.
I think I guess maybe on a superficial level, I think another joy for watching GreatWhite is for me as a viewer, just wondering how did the director do this? I mean, out in the middle of the ocean, is there a lot of movie magic? Are they in a studio? For you, what was the key? It felt like a very rigorous shoot. And is it sleight of hand, or was everything as real as it looked? Because it felt like such a very emotionally gratifying, but physically just challenging shoot.
Yeah, I mean, it was a 5-week shoot, which that's pretty tight, and it didn't have the budget that a lot of these big shark movies or just genre movies have. It didn't have the budget for that, so they were forced to really be creative and use their money wisely, and I think they did an incredible job. They had a couple of different locations that they shot in. They had a real plane that was not in use, but it was, a real physical plane that they could crane into certain locations. And that was amazing. And they had animatronic sharks, which was as an actor, a real joy to work with, because you're looking at this thing that's jumping at you. Oh, it was wild. Like the scene, I won't ruin it for anyone, but the scene with me in the show, that was one of the most wild things that I've done performance-wise, and just so much fun. Yeah.
With everything going on, how easy was it for you to bond with your fellow ensemble? Because you're in cramped quarters, and especially your scenes with Katrina, we have to really, as viewers, really buy in that you really care for each other. And with that hectic 5-week shoot, do you just have to really just go on the day? How were you able to just really connect on a visceral level?
Yeah, I mean, I think for characters to have that truthful intimacy, whether romantic or friendship or whatever it is, or even on that, even with the more conflicting relationships, there has to be trust there. I think that's one of my favorite things about working with actors. They have to throw out, to embrace that trust. Katrina, I trusted greatly, and I feel like it was mutual. Same with the rest of the cast. So to lean in with that, and then just embrace that you're just a bunch of humans in this close quarter trying to create a movie. You can have a lot of fun with it. And yeah, everyone was lovely. That really helps. TK kept everyone laughing, so that was a good thing too. Some of those shoots are long, and it was hot in the tank, in the shed. So it was a real relief to have some of that.
I remember 30 years ago when I started in entertainment journalism, this actor, Bruce Payne, told me, he said that, you could study your craft for years, but he really became an actor when he started to travel. Looking at your Instagram, it seems that traveling, going out into the elements is a big part of who you are. Just wondering, can you connect it to, meaning does all your travels feed you as an actor and really help evolve the people you work with and the projects you do?
Yeah, I mean, without a doubt. I often have, I'm young, but I've gone to do some classes at my old school just for fun, just to help out some of the drama kids, and whatever. You have these young actors ask what sort of advice you have. For me, it's actually switching off from acting and getting out into the real world. I love the silence of nature, and then how busy it can be amongst the silence. You can look at a patch 1 meter wide, and there's just so much life going on there that you can just walk over if you weren't interested in it. I'm a big believer in being present, being in the moment, and then different cultures, meeting different people, I grew up I've got a special needs sister, and we didn't have money. I lived in a caravan for years, so that's my upbringing. That's my knowledge. I don't know what it's like to feel like someone has so much money, or who's, in science. I haven't, experienced that. So to get around and to meet people in Morocco recently, I met someone who spoke 7 languages. That it's just, yeah. I mean, what a way to connect you to humanity and just to help you grow as a person and learn more about yourself, your privileges, your experiences. So then you can really bring that to screen and also take from life experience.
Aaron, final question. On the flip side of that, let's just say one is not traveling and staying, inside the home. And what would you recommend as far as a movie that really connects you on a sublime level that keeps on resonating with you to this day? I mean, I know that's a tough movie to think about, but
yeah, I mean, it depends what you're chasing. For me, I have many favorite directors, but right now, just answering this question, Paul Thomas Anderson, his love of characters, the performances that he brings out. I mean, Master is very character driven, character focused, and yeah, for me, that's you can watch films to escape, but you can also watch it to really learn about what it's like to be in someone else's shoes or someone else's situation. In the case of GreatWhite, in a shark attack, So yeah, I mean, for me, I mean, there are so many, but just right now that The Master is coming to mind, just looking at what it's like to be in their shoes. Yeah.
Such an underrated film. And finally, just Great White. Can you just tell listeners what is the special thing, the unique thing about this narrative? I just think it's a very interesting film. It really goes a different direction than your average shark film, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, we all love the jumps, right? We all love the scares, and this definitely has that, and some interesting ways that sort of comes about. But I think for me, the heart of this film is love, is the characters, is this sort of connection, is this bond between humans. For me, that's what drew me to the script, and I'm hoping that's what, as you said, helps people fall in love with these characters, to then have them torn away and heartbroken because of it. So yeah, I hope they go in just wanting to enjoy it as well. It is a fun film that we made that has many highs and lows, many, joys and pains. So it's great.
Aaron, thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate it.
Oh, my pleasure. Thank you, Greg. I really appreciate it.
Take care. And in several hours, I'm going to be exactly like your dog. I can't wait. So it's amazing.
Yeah. There we go. That's Elton. He's loving life.
Amazing. All right. Take care, man.
Still have him there.
Okay. Take care.
See ya.